Rhino spec. Yeah, it's a really good pack. I'm not sure why we were considering it so much. Missile strike, okay. That's not good. Um, arc lights. All right, so what do we do here? How do we position this? Let's look at the recommendation. None of these are really good. I mean, in terms of dodging the missile, we don't want to necessarily put down shields, I think. Um, all right, so let's say we go like this. Rather have them on the inside, right? It's kind of weird. Let's say 3 squares. 3 squares in, 3 squares in. All right. I hope this is kosher. Yeah, he could actually still get us. He could still get some crawlers with the missile. So it's not perfect, but I don't think we can really afford to make this too crazy just to block the missile. The only problem is now we can't really go for the Fang that we usually like to go for. Guess we could, but then you'd have to put down the shield. It's not that good an idea. Okay. All right, so we don't have any anti-air. Should probably go for some Phoenix. He's gonna missile though, so let's wait for the first missile to come out. Let's not give him any other juicy targets. I'm gonna go arc lights, you'd imagine. Do we have enough arc lights? Maybe. I think we float this for 100. I mean, we could go for damage, but we're gonna lose. We're not gonna have the storm. So this is gonna kill, I think, half a pack with the crawler, maybe. Next round we go for the Phoenix. Yeah. Still, that wasn't bad. I think that makes it so it's not worth shielding. Oh, this is not good. Looks like we're gonna lose this pretty heavily here. This is gonna be a lot of damage. The hounds are interesting. But they don't do that well into what he has. The void eyes are actually very good here. Just go for that. Go for the suck. They move 10 speed, so They can be slightly behind here. Um, so go for Phoenix. I wonder if this should be in front because it would be nice for this to tank the shots initially, but I don't know. It's 2300. So if we click defense, we can tank another shot, 48. Okay. Just click defense now. Is he gonna hold his missile? That's not good. I want him to use the missile. Otherwise, it's gonna be the Phoenix next round, but I guess it's fine. What did he go for? There was a drop, right? So he sold out of the drop. Okay. It's looking quite good. We have a lot of DPS, single unit DPS. Incendiary is something I don't think we can pass, but he doesn't have that much stuff. Still, it's kind of just too good of a value, I think. The Rhino is kind of useless. Let's just sell out because we're gonna get a drop soon. But wait a second. Why don't we just try to cheese him? Let's say we do this. Put down the fire here. Well, the fire here is the fire really should be like here, right? Okay, maybe we do sell. Get a couple more Phoenix. Right, is this Rhino gonna actually do anything? I don't think so. Start throwing in Mustangs now too. Float 150. That's not good. Doesn't go for the fire, interestingly. Really surprised he didn't shield the fire or go for the fire. It's gonna be a huge round here. All right. Time for the factory, maybe? It's got range arc lights. Um, yeah, it's time for the factory. Our factories are not necessarily designed to finish. They're just designed to perhaps like win a round. But we could actually finish here if we do this correctly. Time to sell out of something. Time to sell out of the storm, probably. You go for like a could go for a crawler here. Let's go for the beacon like this. And like that. And let's shield here because there could be a missile. And do we I think we missile something here. Is this gonna come over here? No, it's not, but it's gonna be beaconed over. That being said, we'll just throw down a missile here. Okay. Just ranged Mustangs. Probably like a 20% chance we could just win right now. Actually, selling our storm is not necessarily like helping us because the HP from the storm is 200. And it's going to be very close. We're going to do like 2000 damage at least. So perhaps we should have kept the storm, but yeah, you know what? It doesn't matter. We're not necessarily trying to win the most amount of games possible. We're just trying to get good at the factory. So one day we can, yeah, see, if we, had we kept the storm, it might have ended differently. So sandworms pretty good into melters. Guess we just go for a sandworm. We do need to move this though. So we'll move this and keep the sandworm. I think we'll use this as our new angle. Okay. Put down a shield. A couple crawlers. Okay. 250 left over. What do we do? Gonna be 3 missiles, I guess. Okay. Melter's online, exactly as we expected. Probably should have clicked mech div. I kind of forgot about that. Instead of leveling this. It's a nice. This is a nice missile. Uh oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. All right. Well, hey. Um, we could have expected that, but I guess we could just go mech div worms. Almost feels like we're throwing the game, but I just don't understand how it didn't lock on that quickly. So this is gonna level up. I wonder if it's just mech div worms instead. But we're we're kind of really behind in terms of our like unit development, let's say, because we've been focusing so much on this factory. Let's move this factory to maybe like here. Throw some chaff in front. Go for another shield. Click mech div. Maybe get from missile interceptor somewhere like here or here. This is kind of not great, to be honest. We're just trying to find a new angle. Not even sure if the new angle exists, but we're just looking for it. Okay. Maybe the missile interceptor needed to be here. Ooh, the oil here is going to be nasty. Yeah, it's a nasty oil for us. Okay. Uh-oh, he already gets the lock? That's not fair. I'm assuming that we're just not able to close in. I guess it's the sledges, but it's more than just the sledges. It's just everything. Okay, I feel like we got to pivot out of this and we got to go into like mective worms or something. It's gonna be GG, actually. Right, so the first thing that comes to mind is maybe we should have just transitioned into the sandworm. Right, we should have just committed into the sandworm. Because it's a lot less risky, I think. So we have the sandworm drop. Pick some more sandworms. We click this. Right? He's gonna missile us, but let's see. Let's get another sandworm, maybe. All right, let's see how this works. The only thing is our chaff clear isn't the greatest. We don't have that many Mustangs. At least we have some Phoenixes. So it's not perfect. Okay. Okay, so that's the reason why we didn't transition out. It just felt like our board wasn't quite developed. So I think it's just a different angle on the factory. Um, so let's go for the cell. I think we just didn't commit more into the factory enough. I think that was the problem. Um, let's say we can go for another chaff or something. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, it's a really nice missile. I wonder if the missile interceptor here is actually better than the second Okay, so that didn't look so bad. It was just the missile, I think, that was kind of problematic. So let's say we do this. Go for launcher overload. Continue to beacon it up. Let's upgrade this. Or maybe another chaff behind. Okay, chaff here. What about wasp chaff? We could go for wasp chaff, but we don't have the money for that. Maybe we'll just try this. 100 left over. Is the missile gonna get intercepted? It is. Oh wow. So it's the missile interceptor kind of closer to the line here. I believe if we switch sides, it's almost like the corner isn't necessarily the best angle, but in some ways it doesn't make sense because, you know, we're not even gonna watch this through. The corner's supposed to be the safest spot, right? The only problem is that we can't really afford to move it. And this is the problem that we have when we get the unit drop. We were trying to move the factory, so we're forced to kind of like keep it. So let's say we just decide to do this. Put this here, put a missile interceptor down. Probably still would probably need to shield this, but let's just see how this goes. Launcher overload. Okay. Okay. So the sandworm is not the greatest at yeah, that's the problem. It's just you know, you have this thing that's kind of not good. And it's just hard to move, right? So I think the lesson simply is um like we can't sell this factory. We have to keep it here. Maybe next round, so we can get the money back from the useless sandworm. And the lesson is, yeah, we need to have a missile interceptor pretty far up, I think. Right, so just like this. And the launcher overload is probably smart just because it's beaconed in. Right, and extra 450 really kind of doesn't even matter. We could just go like, we could go 2 Mustangs or something. Okay, gets the lock now, but kind of almost in there, see? So, yeah, this is quite good. If you look at the Mustangs, they're like third in damage. So the Mustangs behind the war factories is always a classic maneuver. All right, so we learned a couple lessons. Don't move the factory if you have to go for the cell.